Hey, what's going on, guys? Double 18 Set Shadow here. Oh boy, we have a lot to cover for today. Between last week's anime episode and this past weekend's BSF tournament, lots of stuff has been happening. And on top of that, we also got reveals today for Wilista, starting off the Festival Collection Lyrical Melody boss retrains. And then Chronojet Dragon is finally legal for the BSF and has seen tops in all top 4 decks that were available. Or I should say all top 4 teams, as this is a team tournament. And we'll be talking about one other deck afterward, but before we get into that, let's start talking about Nirvana, Trickstar, and Overdress. Because as you can see, we're looking at a grand total of 14 listings overall, and Jiva is really going for its triple R. You're looking at $20 at the lowest, but they are selling for $25 already, which is pretty insane. Granted, Mirror Vairina, which was also announced today, is pretty insane itself. The ability to countercharge twice in one turn, especially when because you restand it with Jiva, gives you an open counterblast to use for the next turn, or to combo that turn with another card that you intend to use overdress-wise. Like, if you watch the anime, you would have seen Expecta go in for a straight 3 damage from getting a critical trigger, defeating the opponent who was at 3 damage. So it was basically half kill. But Nirvana Jiva is really going insane. And then, of course, you've got Trickstar, who is necessary for the deck as a 4 of. So, just looking at the overall prints, we've got the DSR at 170 plus, the Congratulations Hot Stamp 26 plus, the monochrome foil that came out of the February tournament packs. You've got the foil at 32 plus, and then the promo, the regular one, is about $5. The Triple R from Festival Collection 2021, lower than 5, not really worth picking up. The Hot Stamp from Bushiroad on the Road is very far down in price, but it is a full art on top of the stamp. And then you've just got a pair of commons that you can pick up pretty easily. So you've got a lot of options for Trickstar, but if you're looking to max rarity, that's going to cost you a lot. Vairina Arcs is a big winner of this new reveal. Well, no matter what the case, when it comes to new crossover dress support, Vairina Arcs is always looking to win regardless. It's Counterblast 1 to draw 2 cards, which is great cycling and great card advantage, and on top of that makes it a free intercept if you manage to rush with it early game, because then you want to pull Trickstar back out of the drop, and then you could potentially save yourself from taking damage early. But there's only one listing at $24. Someone already bought one of those $24 copies. Just remember that there is an all-art reprint coming in Festival Collection, but as I mentioned before, we don't know the ratios yet, so don't take it to mean that it will be very easy to obtain. Garo Vairina is also running out of quantities, and the FFR is bought out to $50. We're looking at under $30 in terms of actual sales, so we'll see if people really go into this, as I don't think you would end up playing a full set of these anymore. And then you've got Bar Vairina, who is sold out for its triple R, on merit of it being from set 7, I should mention, but the FFR is still available for under 30 for basically one listing. You have this one, but it has a $4 shipping tag, which basically makes it 30. But if you want the FFR of this, that $20 one is looking kind of appealing right now. And just to mention that it exists, because it's been neglected and I don't see this card going anywhere anymore, but the original Vairina, which comes from the trial deck, has an SP version from set 4. Honestly, I think you would only pick this up for nostalgia at this point. I don't see this card seeing play in future Nirvana builds, given that it's just power crept, which is something I would not think to say in standard format. Then, talking about two cards from set 2, Frenzied Harris and Blaze Maiden Parama. Both of them SP. I've talked about these before, how they struggle to really see any big price gains in comparison to the other front triggers. Well, they're sold out now. Parama's been selling over $50 recently, while Frenzied Harris has been selling over $30. I can understand Parama for Nirvana Jiva potential, and it could even be played in Overlord, although I think draw triggers are still the preference. But Frenzied Harris doesn't make sense to me. I understand it might be a knee-jerk reaction for Leonorn's reveal, but I still don't see why people would pay upwards of this one when it's just not that necessary. And then talking about the BSF a little bit, I talked about how Chronojet was in every single top team, and then you've also got Dragonic Overlord in the top now. They are utilizing the new Hatchet Dragon variant of the build, which forces you to play 3 to 4 copies of the original Dragonic Overlord in the main deck, and then for your ride deck you would use Dragonic Overlord the End as your grade 3. The concept is, if you go second, you would be able to throw Overlord straight into the soul from your drop with Hatchet, and then Overlord the End would get all of its benefits right away. You don't get it going first though, so you do have to play it effectively. But the card's price has been increasing, and I pointed this out earlier because this might happen. I think this build is heavily inconsistent, given that you need to pull Overlord and Hatchet Dragon to be able to pull off the combo, and you have to wait a turn if you go first. But apparently it has seen success over here as it has in Japan, so I guess I can't really talk when the results are contradicting what I say. Combined Rusher is running out of quantities again at 3 listings left starting at $45, so yeah, if you got copies of Combined Rusher, you can put them on the market for even higher than they were before. And now to move on to Lyrical Melody with today's reveal of Wilista, where the new Wilista takes on the original's name. So it's a little different from the masks where you don't have to play the original Wilista if you don't want to match up with the support. It's basically like the Hexorb reveal that we got before for set 10. So you can basically just replace all your Willistas with this new variant, which now has the ability to stand one of your rear guards on its own. That led to this card getting bought out, Ophelia, where this card has the ability to restand itself if you Soul Blasted the Sapphire Gem. And so, with Wilista and this, you can get 5 attacks in 1 turn. But looking at what this card sold for, $10, $6, all of this was today. Wow, $6. That's a lot. And then we can all tell that that's cheap right now, but they're gone. So you'll have to shop around if you need to pick up some more copies of these. And something else I need to talk about, because I've noticed this today, but a lot of the high rarities for other cards that are not Wilista support are seeing increases in prices. Like Sarca, one of the perfect guards from set 1, went back up to $20, $21, and it's onward to $35, $40. This was one of the more expensive SP Perfect Guards to buy when this set first came out, but it dropped off pretty hard at some point. But then to also talk about Clarissa, who I believe is next in line to be revealed, her grade 0 is now sold out. It's a knee-jerk reaction because now people are starting to remember that Festival Collection is coming, and with these reveals from Bushiroad, now people are actually starting to pay attention and pick up the stuff at this point. I hope you guys who have been watching have been getting ahead of this and picking up the cards that you wanted beforehand, because that's the reason why I do these, to give you insights as to what's going to happen to these cards before they happen. I mean, I'm not right all the time, but it does happen most of the time, like in this case. With the last market watch, I tried to go over at least just the front page or two of this set, just to kind of give you an idea where prices were. And now several of these are gone or just really getting up there, like Clarissa. Then you got Fenio, who is Celestial support, but this card, Celestial, is not getting revealed until later down the line, yet the listings are starting to increase a bit more. This card was like $10 at its minimum, I think, and now it's $15, but the SP is gone. This card is a staple to play in Celestial as it guarantees your double white and black wings in terms of being able to play it with Lyrical, who's also up in price. And then finally you've got Diet Lined, who is Felty Rosa support. Again, Felty Rosa hasn't been announced yet, but it's been bought out. The Triple R is one listing at 20, and there are two listings starting at 16 for the SP. There are knee-jerk reactions all over the place, and these cards are not the only ones. Make sure you keep an eye on the cards that you really want from Lyrical Melody. If they're at good prices, just buy them. If you want them, just buy them. If you're looking at them as investments, though, well, you're going to have to really pay attention to some of these effects and see where things go. But if you just want the cards and they're not that expensive, just buy them, because players are just buying them left and right as knee-jerk reactions these days. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video or found it useful, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.